Sam Harris explores the science behind free will and choice. Are you ready to confront one of the most profound questions humanity has ever grappled with? What if I told you that the concept of free will, so central to our sense of self and morality, might not be as absolute as we once believed? In his latest exploration, Sam Harris dives into the science behind free will and choice, challenging us to reconsider what it means to have control over our lives. Join me now on this journey as we unravel the complexities of this enigmatic topic. You might be wondering, why is this important? The concept of free will forms the foundation of many ethical systems and legal frameworks. It underpins our ability to make choices that shape our destiny, yet it remains shrouded in mystery. Sam Harris, a renowned neuroscientist and author, seeks to peel back the layers of this mystery and explore whether free will is merely an illusion. Here's something you should know. The human brain operates on complex neural networks that process information and make decisions. These processes occur rapidly, often outside of conscious awareness. So, how can we claim that our actions are truly voluntary if they happen so quickly and are influenced by numerous factors? In his TED Talk, The Illusion of Conscious Will, Sam Harris introduces us to the idea of neural correlates of consciousness. This scientific concept refers to the specific patterns of neural activity that correspond to conscious experiences. By examining these patterns, researchers can begin to understand how the brain generates subjective experiences, including the feeling of making a choice. But let's bring this down to earth with a personal anecdote. Have you ever found yourself making a decision, only to realize later that you had been swayed by emotions or external influences rather than your true intentions? This is where the concept of default mode network comes into play. This network of brain regions becomes active when we're not focused on the task at hand, often leading to impulsive or habitual behavior. It's like the brain's default setting, which can override our best intentions. Now, consider the experiment conducted by neuroscientist Benjamin Libet, who famously demonstrated that people could initiate movements without being aware of their decision until several hundred milliseconds after the movement began. This finding suggests that our sense of free will may be a product of the brain's delayed feedback, not a genuine act of choice. Libet's experiment has sparked intense debate among scientists, philosophers, and theologians about the nature of free will. Sam Harris argues that while the brain's mechanisms of decision-making and action execution are intricate and fascinating, they do not necessarily mean we lack free will. Instead, he proposes that free will exists within the framework of our neural architecture. Our brains generate a vast array of possibilities through neural computations, and we choose one of those possibilities based on our current state of mind, emotional context, and environmental factors. However, the implications of this scientific understanding are far-reaching. If free will is an illusion, how do we reconcile it with the moral implications of our actions? Should we still hold ourselves accountable for our choices? This question leads us to explore the concept of moral responsibility. Moral responsibility is a cornerstone of societal structures, from legal systems to ethical frameworks. It relies on the belief that individuals have the capacity to make choices and bear the consequences of those choices. However, if free will is illusory, how do we maintain this system? Sam Harris suggests that we need to redefine our understanding of responsibility. Rather than focusing solely on individual choices, we should consider the broader social and environmental factors that influence our behavior. For instance, if we accept that our choices are influenced by neural mechanisms beyond our conscious control, we can work towards creating a more equitable society. Policies aimed at reducing systemic inequalities and providing support for marginalized communities can help mitigate the negative impacts of these neurological influences. By acknowledging the complexity of our decisions, we can foster a more compassionate and inclusive environment. But the pursuit of understanding free will and its implications is not just about intellectual curiosity, it's also about motivation. When we recognize that our choices are shaped by underlying biological processes, it can empower us to take greater control over our lives. We can use this knowledge to cultivate habits and practices that align with our values and goals, even if they don't feel entirely voluntary. Consider the practice of mindfulness meditation. By training our minds to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, we can develop greater control over our reactions and make more intentional choices. Even if our decisions are ultimately driven by neural processes, the act of choosing to meditate can lead to positive changes in our mental health and overall well-being. Moreover, embracing the idea that free will is an illusion can liberate us from the burden of perfectionism. We no longer have to strive for absolute control over every aspect of our lives. Instead, we can focus on making meaningful choices that contribute to our happiness and fulfillment. This shift in mindset can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling life, where we prioritize our values and live in alignment with them. In conclusion, Sam Harris' exploration of the science behind free will and choice challenges us to rethink our fundamental beliefs about ourselves and our world. While the concept of free will may be an illusion, it doesn't diminish the importance of making informed choices that reflect our values and contribute to our well-being. By embracing the complexity of our neural architecture, we can cultivate greater self-awareness, empathy, and responsibility. So, the next time you find yourself grappling with a difficult decision, remember that your choices are influenced by a myriad of factors beyond your conscious control. Use this understanding to guide you towards making choices that resonate with your deepest values, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to create a better future for yourself and others. Let's embrace the challenge of understanding our inner workings and use this newfound knowledge to live more intentionally and compassionately. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey.